Hey, my name is Kristian de Jesus. I'm not famous, but I know someone who is. I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm blessed by God to be born in a Christian family. I grew up in the church. It's just an awesome blessing from God. There was obviously some rough patches, as in most families. In our family, we weren't always the most Christian, as many people would say. But we weren't dysfunctional. It was a blessing. There was all these problems that I could go into, but I'm not going to go into that. Because a lot of it really just ends with I don't know and I don't need to know. But that being said, God's hand was always on me and on my family. He was always there providing for us in times where if God wasn't there, I just know everything would have went wrong. And God just had his hand on all of us. Growing up, I was pretty violent. I was a little rebel, and I like to beat up kids. Sometimes I'd get bullied, but I would always be the bigger bully right after that and beat them up. And I had a really short temper, and I love to fight. But my relationship with Christ began when I was 7. That's when I got saved. I remember realizing how sinful I was, and how this anger was definitely a driving force behind it, and it just was really messed up. But God, despite knowing that, he came and saved me, and he loved me, and that really just sunk in my heart, and that was at a young age. And I got baptized when I was 10, but it wasn't really till I was about 12 that I started thinking about my faith, and I didn't really apply it much. It was more of just I believed in it, and I tried to behave good and and just be a good person. My relationship with Christ it wasn't tight, and it was kind of like a relationship with someone on Facebook where you just you see something on their news feed every now and then you message them oh, I haven't talked to you in a while, and every time you say that, it's a couple months have passed by. So that was kind of like my relationship with God. And as I grew in my teen years, I struggled a lot with this kind of self-righteous pride, thinking oh, I'm better, I'm growing more in my faith, I'm stronger. Some people they mess up all the time, but I'm not. And I was just really caught up in lust a lot, especially once I got into teen years, just looking at girls, following after girls, just lots of lust that shouldn't have been there. Looking back, I can honestly say that I struggled probably since preschool, just with sexuality and all of it. I'm a lustful person. I like to give into desires, and it's hard not giving in to sin. You want it. The flesh wants of this world, but I know now what is better, and definitely am chasing after what is spiritually beneficial. When I was about maybe in 9th or 10th grade, went to this camp called Snow Glow, and I just remember the theme was, what are you going to do about Jesus? And it was such an awkward question, because it's almost like Jesus was an object. What are you going to do with this phone or this shirt? What are you going to do with Jesus? And it really made me think about not just my faith, but my relationship with him. And it's what am I going to do with my relationship with him? And that really pushed me to strive to be closer to him, to really walk with him, to depend on him. Christ, he became a person that I didn't just know, but that I totally just depended on always. That if I was struggling, I'd run to him. 5 years later, here I am. And I've only been getting stronger. I've only been growing more, not just in my faith, not in just that, oh, I believe in God, but in my relationship with him. And it's just been awesome seeing what he can do and what he has done in my life. All my life's praise goes to him, because it's not all these horrible things that I could have done, that I did do, that have happened around me, was held together by Christ. It was just trials that he used to build me. And it's funny, just today, like, I'm so joyful, and people, you know, they look at me and they think, oh, what are you on? Are you smoking something funny? And it's just, you know, it's Christ in me. Like, it's just his joy. Like, I can just smile and be happy, even though, like, you know, bad things are happening. I'm stressed out. It's a hope that exceeds, like, anything, far exceeds anything in this world. Any drug, any person, anything you could put your money in. God totally blows that out of the water. And I have no regrets. I have no regrets to be where I am now, in my faith, in my walk with Christ. And I'm just so thankful that even though I'm not famous, I know someone who is famous, and he saved my life, and he loves me, and I just thank him so much. He cares for me. So that's my story.